Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Walk in Favor Network, to the All About Favor show. I am your host today, Pastor KZ. Thank you all so much all this week for your positive feedback, and your emails are most definitely appreciated. And as I said, I wore the NFL teams who opened the NFL season this week as my attire. Now, I want to get into my ending thought of the week. I like to give you an ending thought, just something for you to think about over the weekend. And this is inspired by a conversation that I was having with one of my neighbors. And we just got to talking about certain things. And as we were talking, he said, you know something? No matter how bad I want to see things happen and be different for my brother, he just won't change. So that inspired today's ending conversation. You cannot want more for someone than they want for themselves. I can't hear anybody speaking right now. Y'all hear me? You can't want it more than that person want it for themselves. No matter how much you pray it, how much you talk it and talk it and talk it, and you lead them to the water and they won't drink, you can't want change more than they do. They got to want it for themselves, and there's some people they don't want it for themselves. And we as family members, we as friends, we as church family members, we can see a person going down a path and we're like, no, that's not the right way. That's not going to end well for you. I can see how this is going to end up. They don't want to hear you. And sometimes you have to respect that they don't want to hear you and that they're not ready to make the change that you think they need to. Be aware of the people who come into your life with no clear-cut direction or goals. And I'm speaking to people who, when you're meeting people and you're getting into friendships and different type of relationships with people, be aware of and be careful who you select to be in your circle, because sometimes people you put in your circle might be a detriment to you. They may be a hindrance to you. They may lead you to your downfall or lead you down a path you should not go. But there's sometimes people who come into your life, they don't have no clear-cut direction on where they're going. They don't know what they want to do. They just aimlessly going through life, and you have to be careful, because that person could literally drain your energy and suck the life out of you. Sometimes people are in different seasons in their lives, and that's okay. Be okay with that. They may not be in the season of putting things together and focusing on their goals and dreams, because they may not even know what their goals and dreams may be. So respect someone being in a different season than you are, because you clearly have a choice now. If you're going to stay around them and let them hang around you and keep draining you, or you're going to say, you know what, this is where this person is. I can love you at a distance, but one day I pray that your eyes become open and you can see that what you're doing, that's not productive. Understand, it's okay and it's your choice if you want to get involved with people like that. Now, some people have and I'll say it, some people have this savior mentality. You feel like you want to save this person. I want to help this person. I can do this. And the next thing you know, you're overwhelmed with that person's baggage. So be careful of that. Another thing is, I want to be very, very clear about this. It's not your job to save somebody. It's not your job to step in and rescue somebody. Okay, let me break this down a little bit further. As I said, some people got this savior mindset, this rescue mentality. A lot of women do that. But you know what? From talking to some of the brothers and the men, they got that problem too, because some of them, they keep going picking up these same type of women. They just package different, but it's the same woman. And they're writing me saying, well, Pastor KZ, she act just like the last one. That's because something about you is attracted to this type of person. The same goes for women. A lot of women, well, he got potential. Girl, he 45. He should not be just having potential. He should by now have been on the job at least 20 years, 15 years. What you mean he kind of like trying to find himself? He's 50. What is there to find at 50? You got, if anything, 20 to 30 good years after that, maybe. No, we've got to understand it is not your responsibility to save someone and to rescue somebody and to keep helping. It comes a time when, as an adult, they got to stand on their own. They got to stand on their own. Helping is fine, but when you're doing everything for this person and you don't ever see them trying to get online to get fill out a job application, they're not doing anything to help themselves but laying up on your couch, eating up your food, using up your AC, but you never see them get up to do anything. That's because now you're not just a helper, you're an enabler. Now you are making it where it's no desperation mode for them to say, you know what, I got to get up and I got to get out of here. I got to get me a job. I got to do better. So don't become an enabler in your course of trying to help somebody. It's great to help people, but after a while you're not helping them if they're not trying to help themselves. You've got to understand, sometime what a person needs is for you to stand still and say, you know what, let me just stand still and see what they're going to do. Put a number in your mind, like especially you ladies, put a number in your mind when you meet him and he still ain't got no job and y'all been together now 14 months. Girl, is he trying to find a job? So you've got to have something in your mind real and be very clear about whether you just helping a person or now are you just now an enabler. Now, let me say this, and I want you to think about this. After a while, you start resenting that person. I've heard a lot of women say, you know what, I don't even have no respect for him because he can't hold me down as a man. Then the next question I have for you is, well, how much longer you decided to put in with this? Because this person is clearly just a man. He ain't your husband. He don't have any physical ailments and you ain't made no vows with him. Why do you still tolerate this? See, sometimes y'all like to blame other people, but you got to take a look at yourself and your part of the story and own your part of the story. You can't want someone else to change or to do better or to want more if they don't want more. And another thing is, you know, I hear a lot of women say, he need to go out there and teach my son how to change a tire, how to rake the yard, how to do this. Y'all want somebody, you can't teach something you don't know. You can't teach something that's never been taught to you. See, there lies the problem. So my ending thought for the week is, be careful of you wanting too much for a person and they're not ready to go and ready to move. You got to know when to back off, know when to say no. Sometimes you have to leave people where they are because they just might be draining you. That's my thought. Listen, there's nothing wrong with lending a helping hand. That is not what I'm saying. You have to help. It's good to help people, you know, because what good is it when it's in your power to help, you know, but that doesn't mean you do it all and they sit around and do nothing for themselves. If a person does not want it, you can't want it for them. You can't make them want it. Nothing is going to change that but that individual. At all costs, don't let nothing and no one come in your life who is going to disrupt your peace. Because sometime when you start taking on all of that drama from other people, your peace now is disturbed. Your home is no longer a refuge and a home of peace. All I'm saying today, based on the conversation my neighbor and I had, was, you know, like I was telling him, he wants so much for his brother and he has so much hope for him, and I can show him different ways to do this and do that. He has the ability. He just won't do nothing. And I said, sometimes you got to leave people where they are. That's my ending thought for the week. Y'all be blessed. And always always get yourself focused and walk in balance. Things will go well for you. At the end of the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Comment if you like to. Share the video with other people. Please share the video. And if you have not subscribed or followed me, go ahead and hit those buttons as well. Thank you so much. Hey, I'll be back next week. Have a wonderful weekend. And y'all, do like I do. I walk in favor. Don't worry about defeat. Don't worry about what other people got going on. You focus on yourself and what you need to do and protect your peace. I'll see you back Monday.